Hey everyone, my name is Yoshi, and welcome back to my Super Mario Sunshine any % tutorial. In the last part, I showed you all how to do every single shine that you're going to need to do in an any % run in Pinna Park. And in this one, I'm going to show you every single shine that you're going to need to do in an any % run in over there, Ricco Harbor, or Ricco Harbor. I say Ricco Harbor, I've always said Ricco Harbor, but I've been corrected to Ricco Harbor several times, and it's just a force of habit, and I don't really care to change it. So I say Ricco, and for those of you that are gonna, patronize me for that, bugger off, please. I don't care. So, what you're gonna want to do is just head down here, do a dive, roll out, spin jump onto this awning, dive, jump, dive, go over here, and not run into this Pianta over here. He's kind of a douche. I don't want to run into him. Just go along the right side and you shouldn't. And then you can do, do a series of dive and rollouts to get over here. Or you can do the more fun way that sometimes I like to do if I'm really far ahead or if I'm just feeling, in a joking mood. Is I'll go on this awning from an angle. And then I will, well, it's hard to do from an angle when you're not over there. And then I will just, do a bunch of dives here by just pressing A and pressing B. And then the fun thing about this portal is if you're in the air anywhere, like, close to it, it will pick you up. So see, I'm under this bridge, but if I go in the air here, it will still pick me up. And that's pretty fun. So, let's go ahead and head into Ricco Harbor, Mission 1, Gooper Blooper Breaks Out. There's some fun little movement that you can do at the beginning here that I'm going to teach you. It's pretty neat. It's pretty fast too, so I like it. So, start off with a hover slide here. Hover slide all the way up this. Roll out. Like right here. And you should land like right here. Spin jump, hover, dive, roll out. As you're rolling out... Sir? Sir. He'll be over here. Don't worry. As you're rolling out, you're going to want to be, like, right here. And then jump and hover in your water right there. Hover here. Land on top of this box. Spin jump up here. Hover slide all the way over. And pick up the tentacle that's over here. I'm going to show you what that looks like doing it fast because it was kind of hard. It's kind of hard to know what that would be. What it's actually supposed to look like when I'm explaining it pretty slowly. So I will just do it and then you will see what it's supposed to look like. So, you start about here. Do a hover slide. Or you could just eat my input. That's fine too. I don't care. Hover slide. Roll out. Spin jump. Mr. Pianta! Mr. Pianta, that's not nice. That is not nice, sir. That is not nice. Alright. Let's try that the third time. Without the Pianta being in the way. Hover slide. Up here. I can't win with this, dude. Every time I try... This happened in, what was it? Bianco 5 in the first part as well. Anytime I try and show you something, something goes wrong. It'll eat my input. Mario won't do what I want him to do. It's just bad. So... There. There. That's what you want to do. And then go over here. Spin jump. Hover slide. I said hover slide. And then grab this guy's tentacle and pull it off. This is another unskippable cutscene that, again, if you tried to pause an exit area to skip this, it would take you back to the title screen. So you don't want to do that. But yeah, this... I'm gonna go ahead and pause for the beginning of this fight. So basically, the way that Gooper Blooper works is you're gonna want to spray his face, get all the goop off of his face, and he will attack you. As soon as his tentacles hit the ground, you're gonna want to grab his face because basically the entire point of this fight is you're gonna want to grab his face, pull it back, and then once you start hearing him kind of squeal, you're gonna want to let go, and that will be one hit on him, and he takes 2 hits per fight. You fight him again in Ricco 5. But the key here is as soon as his tentacles hit the ground is when you're gonna want to grab his face, because anytime you do that anytime you do that just basically at any other point during the fight, he will retaliate and he'll attack you again. However, if he's just finished attacking and you grab his face, then he won't retaliate with an attack and he'll just kind of stand there helplessly while you're attacking him. So, let me attempt to show you guys this. So, you will clean off his face. As soon as he does that, grab his face and he sees he's not doing anything. So start to squeal and you let go. And that will cause 1 hit on him. You just have to do that twice. And then that's the entire fight. And the reason you want to clear all the goop off of his face when you do that is because if you don't clear all the goop off of his face, what will happen is you will grab his face, but you will slide off and you won't be able to pull his face all the way back here. And then he'll attack you and you basically fucked up the fight. So you don't want to do that. But after that, just go ahead and dive into that shine. And that is your first shine in Ricco. Albeit with a bit shitty movement at the beginning trying to teach you it. Because going slow, tutorial, Mr. Pianta wanted to be a dick. But that's fine, I don't mind. If you really want to know what that looks like, you can watch a run. Or in conjunction with this tutorial that I am making, because this tutorial is basically to explain all the strats. However, if you just want to watch all the strats and learn that way, there is a really handy guide made by a few good runners, a few friends of mine, like DT, Powdered Milk, a bunch of those guys. They made a guide where you can just watch all of the strats, beginner, intermediate, and advanced. However, none of those things are explained. You just watch them, which is why I'm making this tutorial, to try to explain the strats and explain each thing that you're supposed to do. Plus, they don't really explain the inputs as well as looking at a controller cam would, which again is why I'm making this tutorial right now as well. So, now that I've explained that, you can go ahead and move on to Ricco 2, which Ricco 2 is probably one of the easier shines. Ricco is probably one of the easier worlds, to be honest. But, I'm want to go ahead into Ricco 2, which is Blooper Surfing Safari. It's pretty fun. There is a blooperless strat that you can do. However, it's kind of advanced. And because this is a tutorial for people getting into the game or people who want to get better at the game, I'm going to, well, not really get better, get more intermediate skill level at the game. I'm just going to show you the normal way to do this. So basically, what you're going to want to do is, you're going to start here, over here. Just jump dive back onto these logs. Jump dive across the logs, and here you have the choice of grabbing 3 different bloopers. The green one has the best handling, but is the slowest. The yellow one has the mix of both, decent handling, decent speed, and the pink one has the pink or purple. I'm not. You can argue which color it is. Has the most speed, but is the worst handling. However, every blooper has the same top speed, and top speed is when you're holding forward. So when you're on these bloopers, what you're going to want to do is constantly be holding forward, but control yourself with the C stick down here, and I will demonstrate this. So because it has the best handling and they all have the same top speed, you're always going to want to go for the green blooper. And see, I'm holding forward here, but I'm controlling myself with the control stick, or with the C stick. And then you're just going to want to come over here and head across here into the portal in here. As soon as you enter here, dive a little bit, and that will get you somewhat closer to those bloopers. It's not really it's not really much of a time save. It's just a little thing you can do to get ahead of this guy, so you don't like accidentally run into him if you're trying to get on the blooper, which is kind of handy. So after this, you just want to go ahead and skip through text again, and then again we're gonna want to choose the green blooper. Don't start the race before that. Choose the green blooper, and then again start this. And now we're gonna do a bit of a skip up here. Basically, the way this race works is there are certain checkpoints that you're gonna have to hit so the game knows you did all of it. And the first checkpoint is right here. However, the second checkpoint isn't until all the way over here. So you can just jump right over that part. And here's where the second checkpoint is. So once you hit that checkpoint, the game thinks you've completed all of the race. And that way, you can just skip an entire section of the race. Now, I'm gonna show you something if I don't grab the shine here. Or I could grab the shine. Alright. I'm gonna go ahead and head back into there, and that will, one, give me a chance to show you, if I can do it properly, the blooper list strat, and it will allow me to show you what all you actually skip by doing that strat. I jumped there not thinking I would actually grab the shine there, and I grabbed the shine there. That is actually the fastest way to do that. However, you need to know where the shine appears, and you need to have good aim to do that. I don't generally have that good of aim to be able to do that. However, for this tutorial, apparently, I did. So, I'm just gonna go ahead and head back in there. Again, I'm gonna try and show you the blooper list strat, if I can do it. I haven't done it in a little while. I used to do it every run, but, I just found it doesn't save that much time. It saves a second optimally, and I wasn't doing it optimally, so it wasn't saving me any time. So I just decided to, go ahead and go on the blooper for my runs. But, here's what the blooper list strat, should look like. You're gonna wanna hover over here, do a Y-turn into here, and then you shouldn't hit that goop. Again, I haven't done it in a while, so I'm bad. And then you would just hover into the loading zone. That's what that would look like. I can actually put a little thing of either me or somebody else doing it up, like I did in the first episode for Travel Skip. I can go ahead and do that for that as well. So, once you see that, I'm gonna go ahead and show you, one, the task strat for this, because the task strat for this is actually really cool. And two, because the task strat doesn't use a blooper, and it's pretty fun to do just, casually. So, and then I'm also going to show you what all you skip for, by doing that giant skip by jumping up there. So what the task strat does is it jumps up here and grabs onto this little ledge, and then jumps up here, and the race will start, and you'll be up here. And then you'll head down here, go ahead and run over here and hit this checkpoint. And then what you skip by jumping up onto that over there is you skip heading around there and avoiding that block and all of these flippers and those blocks and heading around that bend and that bend and that bend, and you end up all the way over here, and then finishing off with the task strat, because when after you're done over there, you would just run over here, is you would just head up here, slide, hit this checkpoint, slide over here, and then finish the race. I'm obviously not gonna get the shine because I did that slowly because I was showing you stuff. But if you talk to this guy and you don't complete the race, what he'll do is he'll just take you right out. So that's not much of a problem. I didn't really find a use for not showing you that, just because, one, it's fun to do, and two, I wanted to show you what all you skip by jumping onto that wall over there. So, now that we're done with that, we're going to do, by far, the hardest mission in the game. It is a frame-perfect spin jump, and it is, oh man, I cannot wait to teach you that. I'm completely flat out lying there. A lot of people, me included, like to joke that it's like a frame-perfect spin jump, because it's literally the easiest thing to do in this game. I said pin of 5 was pretty easy. This is easier than pin of 5. So we're gonna I don't want to know why I just didn't work with my A button input there. But we're gonna want to go ahead and just head right into here. Do a dive jump, spin jump, hover onto here, spin jump, hover, turn your camera and head into this little area right here. Do another spin jump, Mario. Do another spin jump and then head up onto this crane. Do a spin jump off of this crane, hover, and grab the bottom of this grating. And then just flip this up and grab your shine. If you did not do this, what you would have to do is either head up there and grab a rocket nozzle and rocket down to here, or you would have to go onto that ship, head all the way around here, go onto that, head up there, and then go up there, bounce up there, go over around here, bounce up there, go over there, bounce up there, and bounce into here. But this strat makes this probably the shortest shine in the game, and it's really easy to do as well. So there you go. That is Ricco 3. Easiest shine in the game. And next is Ricco 4, which is another secret shine. And again, the way secret shines work in this tutorial, if you are just tuning in, is I will show the movement to get into the secret. And then I will just go ahead and flat out do the secret. And then I will die at the end or just run backwards through it. This one's pretty long, so I'm going to die at the end. And then I will show you the movement that you have to do. However, for this secret, it's entirely 100% dependent on your cycles. So I'm going to try and explain this as I'm doing it, just because it's so dependent on cycles and you have to do it fast in order to make these cycles. So yeah, but the movement to get into here isn't that difficult at all. It's basically almost the same movement as Ricco 1. You all know how well that went. So go ahead and hover slide here, roll out, spin jump here, dive here, roll out here, and then turn your camera because you're going to want to land, spin jump, and land on top of this. And then what this is going to be is a series of wall kicks from that to this to that to this and up. So that what that will look like is spin jump, wall kick, up. And then in here is your secret mission. And again, I'm going to try and explain this secret as I'm doing it, just because it's completely dependent on cycles. However, I'm not sure how well it's gonna go, and if it doesn't go well, then yes, I will go back and explain it after I'm done doing it. So let's hop in. All right, jump, dive, roll out, dive, roll out, jump, dive, roll out, dive, roll out, jump, dive, roll out, dive, roll out, jump, dive, roll out. Sir, let's not do that. Jump, dive, roll out, dive, roll out, jump, dive, roll out, dive, roll out, jump, dive, roll out, dive, roll out, jump, dive, roll out, jump, jump. Okay, typically it jumps a little further. Jump, jump, triple jump dive, roll out. You'll land down here. I'm just gonna do this again because I missed my cycle there as well because I had to wall kick. All right, maybe I won't try and teach this. Maybe I'll just do it. So let's just do it because I need to focus on it to do it, I guess. Or not, because I'm messing up. Okay, okay. This is not going well. This secret shine is not going well. Let's try this one more time. Good lord. Jump, dive, roll out, dive, roll out, jump, dive, roll out, dive, roll out, jump, dive, roll out, dive, roll out, jump, dive, roll out, jump, dive, roll out, jump, 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 triple jump, dive, jump, spin jump, dive, roll out, jump, or dive, jump, roll out, dive, jump, roll out, dive, roll out, spin jump, roll out, dive, roll out, jump, roll out, dive, roll out, jump, and there you go. That is completely dependent on cycles, and because I have no lives left, I'm not going to die and do it again. That's just basically what you're gonna have to go off of for this. Again, this secret is really difficult to teach because you have to do it fast in order to make your typical cycle, and that is the only cycle that I actually know for this. So I don't know how to teach a different cycle. So that is the cycle that I know how to make. So all this secret shine is really easy if one, you're focused on it, and two, you just do jump, dive, roll out across all of these platforms when you do this. Aside from that little ending part where you have to jump, dive, roll out, and then end up in this little area up here. And then you would just do a triple jump dive onto the gear, spin jump off of the gear, and end up over here, and then just a series of jump, dive, roll out across all of these platforms to get down here. You can go ahead and just go back and watch all of that again. Just go back and rewind, as well as anything for this tutorial, really. You can just go back and rewind and watch that again and again if you need to get it. But that's going to be how I teach that, because this secret's hard to teach, and I've actually been dreading trying to teach this secret because you go so fast and it's hard to teach. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab the shine here, and we will move on to Ricco 5. I'm sorry, that one wasn't really fully explained, but it's kind of hard to explain that one because you have to go fast in order to make that cycle, and I don't know any other cycle. And again, this tutorial is me teaching you how to do intermediate things and things that I know how to do and how to run this game, and so that is how that's going to work. So now we're going to move on to Ricco 5. Ricco 5 is another Gooper Blooper fight. It is the only other Gooper Blooper fight that you'll have to do in the run. There is another Gooper Blooper fight that is in Noki. However, we're gonna skip that when we get there. So let's just go ahead and jump back into Ricco and go to Ricco 5, which is Gooper Blooper Returns. I said it right that time. So the movement for this is again similar to the movement for Ricco 1, where you went over to the side over there, except this time, if I can do this right, we are going to go ahead and head over on top of this foghorn over here by just spin jumping in line with it. Maybe. Okay. Spin jump in line with it. Don't change my direction. Mario, stop changing direction. Just spin jump. Just spin jump, sir. Just, thank you, like that. Just spin jump onto this foghorn, and then there's kind of a risky jump dive. Well, it feels risky when you're doing it, but it's not at all risky. Just spin jump dive onto this, spray, and then slide across this, hover, jump on this wheel over here, and spray him. And that will allow you to get all of his goop off his face quick enough to get the first hit in there. And then from here, it's just the same as Ricco 1. Just spray him, wait until he goes down, grab his mouth. You have to pull his mouth back a little bit further than you did the first time. But again, as soon as he starts squealing, just let it go, and you should be fine. Nobody start breaking out into a Disney song, please. There we go. So, that is Ricco 5. And all we have left now is Ricco 6 and Ricco 7. Ricco 6 is a mission that I know a lot of people have trouble with. It is the red coins on the water mission, where, if you run into anything on the blooper, you will die. However, I don't have trouble with this mission at all. I have, honestly, since I've started running this game, I have not really ever had trouble with this mission. So, I want to teach you how to not have trouble with this mission. That's pretty easy. So, starting off Ricco 6, it's going to be the same as we started off Ricco 2. We're going to want to go ahead and jump dive to the back right, because the logs are there and the platform is there again. And that will give us this red button over here. Just jump over to this red button, and then hit the giant red button and grab your green blooper again, because as I mentioned before, any of the bloopers can go top speed if you just hold forward. They all have the same top speed, and you will just control yourself with the C-stick down here. So, dive onto your blooper, and your first coin is going to be between these ships. So just follow my movements, and you should be fine. Second coin there. Third coin, jump over this sub and jump again to grab the coin. Fourth coin right here. Don't follow the coin path, it's not going to help you. Fifth coin is right here. Turn right here. Hard turn, you can do a hard turn by turning the control stick over here. And it's not going to lose you a lot of time because you're going to have to do that anyway with any of the bloopers. It's just easier to do with the green blooper, and that in of itself will save you time. So anytime you have to choose a blooper, you're always going to want to choose the green blooper. So just go ahead and continue here. As you can see, I'm adjusting my camera angle with this and constantly holding forward. That is how you're going to have to move when you're on a blooper in order to go top speed. And it'll take some getting used to, but once you're actually used to it, it's really easy, and you'll find it's actually easier to do than controlling yourself solely with the control stick. So over here, it's just 6, 7, 8, and then this is the part that a lot of people have trouble with, is grabbing the shine when you're on the blooper. However, with this trick of just changing your camera angle with this, you can make sure you're heading straight for the shine every time, and then just do a little hop by pressing A, and you should grab the shine every time. So just a little hop, press A, and grab the shine every time. That's the simplest way to do that. Holding forward, controlling yourself with the C stick down here. And now, for the easiest Shadow Mario mission in the game. Again, Ricco is the easiest, by far the easiest world in the game. Especially with this Shadow Mario mission, because this Shadow Mario mission, I swear, is going to take you 10 seconds. Maybe. The split for it's going to take you 50, because, like, you have to go into here and select the mission and all that stuff. But, for this Shadow Mario mission, all you're going to have to do, and I mean all you're going to have to do, is run forward. When he does that, start spraying. He'll fall down at the top of that every single time, and this is where you will collect your shine. Every single time. Nothing else necessary for this. Don't dive, don't roll out, don't try and get there faster. Just run forward. When he starts to flinch, spray. You will fall right here every time, and you will be able to grab your shine right there. And that is all of Ricco Harbor. Ricco Harbor is, again, by far, the easiest place in this run. And considering that that is so, it took probably the least amount of time to teach. Other than Ricco 4. Ricco 4 is just the black sheep of the, of Ricco. It's kind of like that. It's the one thing in Ricco that people dread. Anything else in Ricco is just really easy, but Ricco 4 is the one thing. I don't dread it because, you know, when I'm not trying to teach it, I'm actually relatively good at it, and I don't mess it up that often. But I know some people that do. I know people that mess up on every shine in this game, so it's fine. It's just this is what I find easy, which would be anything in Ricco. So yeah, that's gonna be the end of this part of the tutorial. So if you guys enjoyed this part of the tutorial, I would appreciate it if you would leave a like, a comment, maybe even a favorite. If you really enjoyed this part of the tutorial, I would really appreciate it if you would consider subscribing if you haven't already. It really helps me a lot, and I will see you guys next time. Bye, guys!